Hi and welcome. This is a live draw and brought to you by the Martial Artist. And today I'm going to be doing some more drawing on Charlie here. And I shall be offering tips and inviting your questions. So please fire away. I'm also streaming on Facebook, so I will be answering questions from Facebook and from YouTube. I'm not live on Facebook as yet, so you will hear this all being repeated again. For those of you who want in-depth, really up-close tutorials, I will post a link below with regards to my Patreon account. Easy to join, $5 a month. I'm in the UK. I don't get $5, but that's the way Patreon is set up. $5 a month gets you all of the tutorials that I post on there. Okay, so I'm just about to start the Facebook live stream, and hopefully I will be answering your questions and doing some drawing pretty soon. Just bear with me. I am just going to alter some of the camera settings just to make sure we've got the best likeness of Charlie going on. There we go. Great. Hi, we're now live on Facebook. I'm the Martial Artist, and today I'll be drawing Charlie, who you can see in front of me. And I'll be drawing Charlie in polychromos mainly, with some luminance pencils. The paper I'm using is Fabriano Artistico HP, 300-gram weight. The size is 14 inches by 20 inches. He's pretty large, and he's taking quite a while. There's probably well in excess of 30 hours already ploughed into Charlie, and there's probably going to be that plus or minus a few hours, but generally I expect this to be between 60 and 80 hours in total. Okay, so I'm also streaming on YouTube, so please ask your questions below if you want to, and I will do my best to answer them all while drawing. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to do a couple of shares from the Facebook page, and then I shall be drawing. In the meantime, if you want to just say a little bit about yourselves in the comments and just maybe say where you're from, that would be really useful. Get the conversation going. That'd be cool. All right, and in the meantime, while you're typing that out, I'm just going to share this from my page. Bear with me. So you are also welcome to share the video as well. I'm just going to share to a few art groups. It's probably best done on my iPad. Actually, a lot easier. So it is. So I'm sharing on the martial art Patreon support group. Cat lovers, cat art. 2 cat lover sites. The Lackery artists group. fact, I'm showing quite a few places. Live drawing channel, that's my own page. There we go. Great. Okay. I'm nearly ready. I'm just getting my reference photo up of Charlie, which is in a slightly different colour scheme to what you can see here. I have slightly overimposed the picture, and I've brought up the colours so that they're really nice and bright. For those of you that watch me regularly, I do like my bright colours. So again, maybe pop a comment, just tell me either a bit about yourself, what you're drawing, where you're from. Ines, hello. Yes, you can draw with me. Lovely of you to join me. And hi, Rhonda. I hope you liked your scribble drawing. Very cute. Very much enjoyed doing that. And hello, Barbara from California. How is it in California? Please feel free to share the video. I have shared it on some pages, so please check on some of the main art pages whether I have already shared. Otherwise, there's going to be 2 videos floating about. That'd be great. So here we are. Now, I have been doing this area here and this area here, and I've been branching upwards. So I shall bring this down a little. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. You'll have to let me know where to send it. If you want it, that is. No good in my drawer here at home, you know. So for those of you tuning in, I've on a scribble doodle for Rhonda on her cat. And well, it's just a practice piece. And in this case, it was digital. Bobby Joe. I just had to look that up. Sometimes my memory fails me. Of course you're going to get to have it. Like I said, definitely better than hanging about in my drawer space. So I am near the edge of the picture here, but just do my best to stay in frame. Please give me a shout if I go out of frame. By the way, if you like what you're seeing, just press one of the like buttons. Apparently it gives me some better coverage in terms of getting people to join in the conversation. I'm learning all the time about doing these live draws. Yes, I am off. So Ines, you bought some oil paint, so I can't help you with that. I've done one oil painting in my life, and it's awful. It's not good. Maybe I need to change my technique to something similar to pencil work, but it wasn't the best looking painting I've done. I actually did it of a tiger. I will sort it out. I'll put it online. You can see how awful my oil painting is. To be fair, I did do it about 30 years ago. My mum seemed to like it. She had it hung up in her lounge. Might see the light change. I'm just going to put some artificial light on now because the light is starting to fade outside. Have a squeaky chair. Okay. You see, I'm just drawing over the whiskers at the moment. Now these whiskers have been indented. I very, very rarely do indented whiskers. I have found a different technique since I started this drawing, which seems to work very well, and it's kind of a mixture in between indenting and laying down some white colour pencil. So the white colour pencil I put on where the whiskers are, and that preserves the white of the paper underneath. So even though I might use coloured pencil over the top of it, when I come to erase that line out, the white colour pencil that I put on preserves the white of the paper underneath. It is quite difficult to describe. It's actually easier to show, but I can't show you on this piece because I indented the whiskers. I used an indenting tool, which I bought. I bought a set of them actually from the internet. In different widths, so I can do different lines. I ended up just using the pretty much the thinnest one, even on this large drawing. But I didn't like it, and originally I wasn't going to do a background with this piece, but because I'd indented, and I'd indented over the white, it meant that actually it didn't look right, so I ended up doing the background, which worked out quite well. Bob Ross calls them happy accidents. Excuse me, I am just trying to figure out how to get Facebook comments up on my iPad as well as my reference photo, but that doesn't seem to be working. I hope you enjoy my trial and error. Hello, David. Lovely to see you. Hi, Janice. Nice to see you too. Oh, I do want to see your first tryings, Inez. I'd like to see all of everybody's first tries. I think they're good to compare where you've been and your progress is. Well, thank you, Wanda, for recommend Patreon. I'm learning about that too. It's been quite a learning curve. I have a video to pop up on there actually. I think number 6 of Petunia. Petunia the big part of bit of a drive on a vegan range. Quite a story with Petunia because she escaped a meat lorry. So at the moment I'm just mapping out some of the underlying fur. If at any point you want to see a close-up of what I'm doing, just shout. Hopefully I can get it. I have 2 cameras fixed to the same mount, so I will zoom in to the area I'm working in as much as I can. So perhaps you could talk to me in the comments if you are an artist. Perhaps you could tell me what you're working on. That would be really nice to hear. And in what medium. So what are you working on as in subject? And in what medium? Or if you're not drawing at the moment or painting, perhaps you could say what your favourite medium is, even if you don't draw. Important to stagger fur when you do it, so you're not drawing in a straight line. Cat fur is actually quite messy but organised at the same time. And this stage is often called the messy stage, so it kind of looks like a very small child has drawn it. It shan't be going up too much higher, so it should stay within just. Oh, thank you very much, Heidi. Is it Heidi? Heady? Not quite sure on how to pronounce that. Janice, you're doing your first landscape. Wow, colour pencil. Yeah, that's not that easy, I don't think, especially if you're coming from drawing animals. That's impressive. Ines, just a beginner. I've seen your artwork. Just a beginner. Oh, really? I don't think so. Horse drawing. Oh, yes, I've seen that. Yeah, it's looking fab. You drew the eyes, didn't you? First, said, oh, at least you got some eyes to look at you. So, for anybody who's watching this after the live event, by the way, I still want to hear what you're working on and your favourite medium. Don't be shy. It's not just for the live people. Ronda acrylic, colour pencil. Paint a picture called Sarah's Aaron doing a cat. Petunia the pig. I haven't seen your progress on Petunia the pig. I'd love to see it. Perhaps on the perhaps on the Patreon Facebook page. That'd be good. How easy the paper gets dirty. So, what artists on here today? Instead of me just giving tips. Anybody got any tips on keeping their paper clean? I use a cellophane piece. It's actually a bag for packaging artwork in. I find that works quite well. Well, Ines, you can be, I guess, a beginner in terms of beginning. But I think, you know, I've seen lots of people begin over the years. And not all skill sets are up to your standards. So I don't think you do yourself too much justice with calling yourself a beginner. You're obviously not a beginner at drawing. Okay, for those that are familiar with my work, you will know that sometimes I use an eraser to draw with. For me, drawing with an eraser creates depth, because you can't possibly get the same effect with just drawing flat colour pencil. I'm sure there are artists out there that will probably disagree with me on that. Which you're welcome, of course. Any tips? Be very welcome. So if I was on a Bristol board or something like that, smooth Bristol board, I certainly would be erasing less, and that's because this paper in particular takes a bit of a beating, so the eraser doesn't damage the paper too much. Janice, I haven't tried the new Derwent Lightfast pencils. Have you? And are they any good? Worth buying? Better than Polychromos? Polychromos for me are a standard. They come much better than this. Even the luminance pencils, I think I would say are marginally better, but only better in certain circumstances. I think they do better light colours, but actually for laying down at the moment, I do like my Polychromos. I think I use Luminance most for blending with, actually. Thank you, Ines. It's nice to know that maybe I inspire some people to draw stuff they might not have before. Very much like Charlie's bushy eyebrows. In a way, when you draw something like this, you get quite up close and personal with your subject. Now, I knew Charlie, and certainly don't get this detail. I don't remember looking at him this intently. So we've got no, we had somebody on YouTube popping in to say hi. They've gone again. I look forward to hearing how you get on with those then, Janice. Rhonda, how do I feel about indenting the paper for ears and whiskers? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, really. I think actually probably work better on graphite than it would do on colour pencil. Yeah, definitely not a fan. How do you feel about indenting? Have you tried it? Do you get on with it? I'd love to hear from anybody actually who's maybe does something different. All the techniques that you can use for creating whiskers. There's quite a few of them. Perhaps I should write a blog. I never remember what pencils I've used. So those colour pencil artists out there, how do you do it? How do you see that's all right? Oh, similar. How do you remember what pencils you've used? Do you log them down? Do you keep them out? Something completely different. Let's put that down as a note. To me, let's have a look. I've used already colour before. Might help if I looked at my red pot. I've got petunia pencils here. That's another option. That made me pink though. That feel a bit better. So yeah, sometimes I just pluck out the colour I think is right for the job, and then sometimes I have to add it to other areas of the picture just to blend it in. So, do any of you have pets? What kind of pets do you have? I have 2 cats. Some of you will know, Bear and Poppet. Poppet is a little black cat, and Bear is a Siberian tabby. It's very beautiful, and he knows it. They're both beautiful. Poppet spends most of her time being either upside down. She does that rolling head upside down thing, and well, Bear spends most of his time just flopped out wherever he wants to. Rhonda, 2 dogs and 2 kittens. Wow, house full, Ines. Yeah, you have a zoo. Feeding all of your wildlife. Sometimes I think this paper works best when it is laden with colour pencil. I'm rather slow at drawing, so I'm always after tips, by the way, on what you guys do to draw faster. Is there such a thing in colour pencil as drawing faster? A rescue centre for guinea pigs. Oh, that's so sweet. Ines, 2 cats. And 4 budgies too. Wow. That's pretty cool. Has anybody had a go at the scribble drawings yet? If you have, why haven't you posted them on my timeline? To take a look. I want to see them. Oh, yes, I know that stage, Ines. You've worked on it so long that you just want to finish it and start on the next piece. And you have to force yourself to slow down. I know that one very well. There have been exceptions to the rule on that one. Sometimes I've really, really hated a drawing from start to finish, but those are very rare, and I've learned not to take them on. So solves that problem. Sometimes I enjoy a drawing from start to finish, but still, it's always good ending a drawing. It's just like you said, it's a bit, getting that just slowing down process a little so that you don't rush it. I always find a good way to help that process is once I've finished, I just let the drawing sit for a few days and I keep looking at it. And usually I will be able to tell whether it is truly finished or whether there's some bits about it that are irritating me and maybe need to be adjusted or some more work done on it. I don't know whether that's helpful to you. You probably have your own system. If you do, please share. So the edges obviously won't be seen too much. They will be under, the very edges will be under a mount. And this, I'm planning to, this is a present, by the way, for my brother-in-law. So it's slightly different to maybe commissions I would do. I definitely don't frame commissions. But this one, yes, it's a gift. I will be selecting a mount and frame, and it's probably going to be a white or a slightly off white frame and mount, but it's going to be big, so it needs to be nice and light, because the whole idea is to bring the attention to the colours in Charlie. That's the idea. Great. So always good to block some of that base coat down. I always think layers go on much better when you've got a good base coat on this paper. Slightly different on other papers. So the piece that you're doing now, Ines, is it for somebody else? Is it a commission? And I'd be really interested in how you draw differently for a commission than for yourself. I think it's quite interesting in terms of recognizing process. Yep, roll that one down a bit. I certainly go through some eraser tips. I know that. Yep, my jacket potatoes are starting to smell. Lovely. So I'll be finishing probably in about 5 minutes while I come off and have some tea. Artists got to eat, you know. I plan to do more on Charlie though, so I will be back. Painting. I find I do a bit of colour pencil work, and then I find I want to do some watercolour. And then when I've done a bit of watercolour, I feel drawn to do some pencil work. Nothing like dropping your brush halfway along the room. One day I will get a chair that does not creak. Could always stand up. It's its own set of problems. Pencil's getting smaller and smaller. The best things I bought was the extender. Brilliant little things they are. They're very cheap off Amazon too. Did only buy one, so I might get another one because it is a bit of a pain swapping them over all the time. Well, folks, I think my jacket potatoes are pretty much ready to come out of the oven. Not that that really interests any of you, uh, other than let you know that I'm ending the live draw and going off to eat. So I shall be back doing more after I've eaten. So, thank everybody for joining me. It's been great to see some regulars and some new people too. Thank you very much, Ines. I will. Hope you have a nice meal too. You're at a different time scale to me, so you probably won't be eating tea yet. Okay, so I will catch you all later on. In the meantime, please carry on. Maybe popping your questions or liking the video. Hopefully, we can get some more people on just to say hi when I'm live, and those that engage with it after the live has ended too. So it'd be nice to chat to people. Okay. So this is me for a moment signing off, and I shall catch you all later. Bye for now.